Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Today is one of my favourite of all days. It's the comments day. We're on episode 32. 32 of comments, wherein I react open-heartedly to a carefully curated selection of your missives and share insights and facts and stats based on the things that you actually want to know. And I know that you want to know them because you literally asked them. Yeah, it's comments day. Justin Hawkins rides again. All right. You know what? I might put my glasses on. Just give me a second. Claudia KG asks, speaking about guitar solos into your willing face, do you actually suffer from tinnitus or any other performance-related health problems? Well, I'm going to show you something. This might not be pleasant. Regard this area here. Now this is some sort of tendon injury caused by over-enthusiastic David Lee Roth style splits jumping at the LA Forum the other day. Oh, I pulled a muscle just showing you. So these are the sorts of things that performance-related injuries that I will suffer. This is not the first time I've had that. In fact, when I get this sort of particular pain in my leg, I think, I'm going to look at my leg in a couple of days and it's going to be black because of all the blood that's coagulated towards the surface. It's not a bruise in the traditional sense because I don't think it's caused by impact. It's actually something weird happening in that tube where the tendons go. So it might have damaged my hamstring or some of the tendon connectors or whatever. But I happen to believe that I'll hit back stronger and be able to do even higher splits jumps in the future. But I probably should have stretched first. I don't actually suffer with tinnitus. I've always been quite careful to protect my hearing with earpluggery or, reducers that give an accurate, frequency spectrum of what's happening, but reduces it by about 15 dB, I think it is. When you're standing in front of a drum set and two really loud amplifiers, it's important to do that. I didn't use any protection for the Taylor Hawkins tribute shows. I just went full bareback because I was inspired by the fact that Dave Grohl does that, and I wanted to hear what 90,000 people in Wembley sounds like. I got away with it at Wembley. I tried it again at the LA Forum, and then after the plane journey home, I just discovered that I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm deaf. It's probably just some wax. I'll syringe it later. Don't worry too much. It'll be all right. But yeah, I don't really have tinnitus. I think I've had something like I'm not even sure if it's possible to have temporary tinnitus because I know it's like a self-perpetuating vibration that happens within the arm, hammer and stirrup of your ear. And it can be really upsetting. But I live in a noisy urban part of Switzerland, and there's always some other sound to distract me. And yeah, so far I've been lucky. Toby Williamson asks, Justin, I am curious, what is the silliest reason you have heard a band has broken up or had disagreements over? I think the silliest reason to break up a collaboration is arguments about music itself. When you talk about musical differences being a thing that drives a wedge between two collaborators, that's the whole fucking point. Musical differences, so that your quirks and foibles inform their quirks and foibles. You create something magic together. If everybody did the same music, there'd be absolutely no need to collaborate in the first place. So musical differences is always a lie. It's always a lie, and it's a silly reason to break a band up. And I don't actually believe that any band has ever broken up due to musical differences, because there's no such fucking thing. Just Jean says, good day to you, Justin. It is I. It is we, your many admirers. I have a question about your singing style. I notice your lovely British accent is there when you sing, whereas other British singers seem to lose their accent. I wonder, is that a conscious choice? Whatever the case, I adore your voice. Hats off to you, sir. Thanks, Just Jean. I think when I first started singing with my British accent intact, it felt more authentic to me. I mean, I love a bit of an Americanism. I think my British accent does it does. The edges of it do come off a bit, because when I first started doing it, it was somewhere between Dexy's Midnight Runners and Robert Smith from The Cure. It wasn't really sitting right with the sort of guitar-based AC/DC rock that we were trying to do. So I've kept a bit of it, but it definitely has become slightly more mid-Atlantic in its you know, in the way it sounds now. But yeah, I know what you mean. It wasn't a conscious choice. Actually, I just felt like a bit of a prick when I was trying to put an American accent on. But, you know, that's all it is. Professor Hawkins. Professor Hawkins II, am I? A question for comments. Music is a manifestation of emotion and maths. Do you think that people should spend time learning music theory and appreciate the underlying mathematical beauty of tone, beats, scales, chords, etc.? I think that's really true about maths. It's not necessarily a thing that I'm excited to explore, but when I went to college, I studied music technology, and it was imperative to even be allowed to apply for the course, or to have good mathematics qualifications. And obviously, I think a lot of musicians are naturally good at maths. You sort of have to be. To understand the nature of sound itself, I think maths is all part of it, really. Quite before you even get into the sort of technological aspects, you know. I did talk a little bit about the way frequencies work in an earlier episode. Have a look back, you'll find some stuff in there. When it comes to music theory, I'll be honest with you, I have a sort of, I did have some sort of rudimentary music theory. What's this bit of hair doing there? Sorry. I've got like a beginner's understanding of music theory. And it's one of the things that I found the most rewarding to apply when I'm stuck songwriting. I think if I had much more of an understanding of music theory, I might find it a bit stifling, like a sort of theoretical straitjacket that prevented leaps of faith, you know, and doing stuff that you're not supposed to do is part of the joy of creating music, isn't it? But music theory gives you, you know, oft-trod pathways through difficult and sticky writing circumstances. You don't want stuff to be completely informed by it, though, because at the end of the day, it only exists because of other people's invention. And there's enough, you know, you can come up with something totally unique without it. So I don't know if it's essential, but I've found it rewarding to have a little bit of an understanding of it. Thanks for your comment. Anyway, Shark Week Holiday says, who are some of your favourite producers and who has influenced your production style? I wouldn't say I've got that much of a honed production style. My brother produces Darkness Records, and he's brilliant. I think he's very much influenced by the people like Mutt Lange, Roy Thomas Baker, you know, all the big guns, Flood. I'm trying to think of some other ones. You know, the big ones. I feel like it's more like you listen to a song and it just blows you away. Then you have to sort of get underneath the hood and find out how it was built, really, and transfer some of those new understandings into your own work. When I was producing music for adverts, often the job that I would get would be like, oh, we want to use this particular song by this established artist, but we can't afford to use the master recording and they won't license the song. So can you do something that sounds a bit like it without getting sued? And so I would have to sort of write something in the same style, but also produce it in the same way. And that was really interesting because it meant I had to sort of reverse engineer things that they couldn't afford and make an affordable version of them. Which is exactly how Mutt Lange came to be the producer he is. He used to make those Top of the Pops records in South Africa, and the Top of the Pops records were, you know, session musicians recreating the sounds that were successful in other countries. So that's how he discovered probably all of his tricks, I reckon. Anyway, thanks for your comment. JBS says, hey Justin, question for Comments Day. What's your top 5 synth-based songs? Also wanted to add that I'm loving your work here and in general, much love. Cheers, JBS. Top 5 synth-based songs. Together in Electric Dreams by Giorgio Moroder with Phil Oakey. The Touch by Stan Bush from the Transformers soundtrack, 1985. You got the touch. You got the power. Jump by Van Halen, 1984. Might as well jump. Might as well jump. Valerie, Steve Winwood. Valerie, call on me. How many is that? 4? Yeah, that's 4. What's the last one? Temporary Secretary by Paul McCartney. Temporary Secretary. Temporary Secretary. Chesapeake asks, I just found your channel and I'm in love. If I could populate the world with your babies, I would. But no, seriously, what advice would you give a songwriter if they're stuck with a particular theme of writing, i.e. stuck in the breakup, stroke woman scorned, stroke songwriter style, sorry. Sincerely, that chick. Yeah, it's a difficult one because I think when you write songs and you're prolific and they always seem to be from the same perspective about the same kind of situation, that usually means that you've got something that you still need to say about those things. If you try and sort of contrive a new thematic kind of approach to songwriting, it might not ring true. You probably just need to work through it. You know, that's one of the great things about being songwriters, isn't it? We get a chance to express this stuff. Yeah. Good luck with it. I hope what the fuck's my hair doing? Good luck with it. Anyway, I hope you conclude the woman scorned and stuck in the breakup period of your life, and are able to move on and write songs about how many babies you want to have with me. So anyway, thanks a lot for all of your comments. I need to say thanks to the super thanks people. Tom Kateri, Stacey Riker, LF, Tyler J, Jonathan McDonald, Christopher Smith, Ed Code, Zone 35, J to the P Music, John S3, Andy Pierce, Peter Dodd and Keith Pratt. Thank you ever so much for your super thanks comments. I always appreciate those. And yes, all that remains is for me to sing the theme tune, invite you to comment further, and I will continue the discussion in my next comments episode. Meanwhile, look after yourselves, adieu, and I'll see you on the ice. Justin Hawkins rides again. Yes. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these 2 videos.